Hi Libra, welcome to my channel, The Fool's Journey Tarot. Today is January 9th, 2020. This is a mid-month general love reading for the sign of Libra. Because it is a general love reading, it can pertain to any kind of relationship, situation, or circumstance. Be flexible with the energy. Don't be concerned about the gender of the cards or the pronouns that I'm using to describe them. You can interchange the roles within the reading. In other words, you can be represented by any of the characters that shows up in the cards. And you might feel like I'm reading directly for you, but you could also feel like you're cross-watching for somebody that you're dealing with. Don't try to make the reading fit for you. If it resonates, and you will know who you are in the reading if it is resonating. So I'm going to get started for you, Libra, after a shuffle or two more, and we'll see what's going on for you mid-month January 2020. I hope the new year is treating you well. We are just about a week and a half in, so let's see what's going on for Libra. Okay, in your underlying energy, we're going to start off with the Empress in reverse, paired with the King of Swords in reverse. We have the Four of Swords in reverse, with the Page of Wands in reverse, the Fool. I've been getting the Fool a lot in readings. It is the new year. Time for new beginnings. Two of Swords. Strength. And the Five of Swords in reverse. Okay, so I feel like you've received some bad news, or something didn't go your way. It may be something fairly recent that you just realized or you just discovered. It's leaving you needing to make a choice, a decision, maybe to branch off in a different direction or try something new. It feels like you may be feeling good about leaving something behind after receiving some bad news or after realizing something wasn't quite right or wasn't going your way. I have the Empress with the King of Swords in your underlying energy. The first thing that popped into my head, and I'm going to go ahead and say it because it's the first thing that popped into my head when I saw these cards, is that you have a King of Swords energy. I don't feel like this is necessarily you. I feel like the Queen of, or the Empress in reverse could represent you, but I got this this image of someone giving someone else a tongue lashing, like someone, like a father figure, for example, punishing a child for being selfish or for not being responsible. That's just what I got off of these first two cards. The King of Swords in reverse can be someone who is very harsh and cutting and brutal in nature. This could also indicate someone who doesn't communicate well, or their methods of communication don't result in positive outcomes. And to me, this feels like someone cutting someone with their words because they feel that they are in this Empress energy in reverse, which would be selfish in nature, self-centered, maybe not thinking about others. But the Empress energy in reverse can also indicate a need for that, a need for self-care, a need to pay attention to what you're doing in your own life and to focus on yourself. So it could also be that. It could be that this King of Swords energy is almost reprimanding this Empress's energy for maybe not paying attention to what you need to do for yourself or for self-care, or not taking care of yourself, or mistreating, having careless actions or careless decisions in your life that resulted in possibly something not going your way. Maybe you just were making poor decisions and you realized that it was the wrong thing to do and that you were headed in the wrong direction, or not putting yourself in a good spot in your life. So that's what I've got off of this first set of cards. Let's get this next one shuffled up a couple more times and we'll get some more information out for you, Libra, and see what's going on. It does look like you are in the process of possibly taking a chance or trying something new, making a decision regarding that. Because I do feel like you're wanting to leave something behind, that maybe you feel it's necessary or it's going to make you stronger to leave something in the past behind, possibly this Page of Wands energy, this feeling that you've received some bad news regarding something, so now you're ready to move on or leave something behind. So let's see what else we have. Empress in reverse is clarified by the Six of Cups. And the King of Swords in reverse is clarified by the Three of Swords. Eight of Wands. The Star. The Fool is clarified by the Lovers. Two of Pentacles is clarifying the Two of Swords. Strength is clarified by the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. And the Five of Swords is clarified by Death in reverse. Okay, so I do feel like this could pertain to a relationship maybe that you are making a decision about. You definitely are making a choice, choosing a path, making a decision regarding a relationship or a connection. I'm not sure if this is romantic or not yet, but you are definitely in the process of weighing your options and trying to make a choice. It's going to be a significant choice. It's going to definitely affect your life significantly, so you want to make the right choice. This feeling that you've received some bad news or something in the past failed you actually has you feeling hopeful. So whatever this news in the past that you received or that you were informed about, the communication that came out, you may have received again some communication from somebody. It could have been from this King of Swords energy who I feel broke your heart. This King of Swords is coming off as someone who's really harsh in nature and somebody who may have brought you some bad news, but it feels like it actually may have been bad news that's maybe is setting you on the right track or forcing you to make a decision that you know is going to be better for you. So this King of Swords energy feels like this, if this person is the one represented by the Six of Cups, but I don't necessarily feel like the Six of Cups is representing this King of Swords. I feel like the Six of Cups could be representing a decision regarding possibly a existing relationship that you have, maybe someone coming back into your life. This person, this King of Swords energy, might be somebody that you are walking away from. And I feel like this could possibly be a family member, some close connection to you. I do feel like this King's energy is also associated with this Ten of Pentacles that showed up down here, clarifying strength. The Ten of Pentacles, for me, indicates family. Could indicate a married couple, but this does not feel to me like a marriage. It could be. Ten of Pentacles in reverse can indicate divorce or separation. But again, for whatever reason, this bad news regarding this connection or this disruption within a family unit is providing you some strength and hope toward possibly leaving something behind that you probably should have left behind a long time ago, that you're still hanging on to right now. This feels like past conflict or ongoing conflict, something that is just going nowhere. This Five of Swords could represent ongoing battles that are just empty battles. There's no victories. There's no winners, no losers. It's just constant fighting. It's turned into maybe mental conflict for you. Maybe you've been worried about a relationship or thinking about something that's just not going well in your life, and you're ready to leave it behind and let it go. This King of Swords energy could definitely be the one who's causing this Five of Swords energy. This could be the person or situation that you need to leave behind. The King of Swords doesn't necessarily have to be a person. It could be a situation within a family dynamic or group dynamic, maybe a group of close friends. I had a comment from a viewer once who indicated that the King of Swords in one of the readings I had done to that person represented the universe, the communication or the support from the universe, or the messages that that viewer had received from the universe. And I do feel like that's a good representation, especially of the King and Queen of Swords, because the sword is all about thought and thinking and communication. So certainly those court cards can represent that. Let's get some more cards out here for you, Libra, and see what else we get for you. So clarifying the Empress energy, we have the Six of Wands in reverse, indicating some kind of failure or something that didn't work out your way. And that Six of Swords can also indicate that it's something that's not going in your way in regards to other people that surround you, or other relationships, or other people at least knowing what's going on and seeing what's happening. Seven of Wands, clarifying the King of Swords. Seven of Pentacles, clarifying the Four of Swords. Page of Wands is clarified by the Four of Cups in reverse. Ace of Swords, clarifying the Fool. King of Pentacles, clarifying the Two of Swords. Strength is clarified by the Emperor. And the Hangman in reverse is clarifying the Five of Swords in reverse. So whatever this news was, whatever this bad news was, we'll call it bad news, but it doesn't feel like it's bad news because we have the star clarifying it. Whatever this bad news was, helped you see something, helped you see the light, or things became more clear for you. And I think what became clear for you is this idea that you have more power than you realize you do in regards to maybe a situation, relationship, or circumstance that's just not going your way. There's disharmony, and you have more power in this situation than I think you realized you did in the past. And whatever news this King of Swords gave you, or whatever communication has been had between the two of you, has maybe made you see that, yeah, there is something that hasn't been working out so well, and maybe it is something that you need to get away from. I think you've been allowed to see a different perspective because it's becoming more clear to you that this is not worth hanging on to, that it's time to let this go, because it's not working out in your favor. It's not making you feel like you're moving in the positive direction. It's not making you feel like an Empress energy in the upright position. Whatever this connection is, or the situation that you're dealing with, is making you feel like an Empress in reverse. And it might be time to make some changes so that you can change your outlook. This King of Swords is definitely feeling like he is defensive, feeling like he might be trying to control the situation, or he's definitely feeling maybe he's not willing to admit his part in the downfall of this relationship or situation. I feel like whatever you've been dealing with has been going on for a long time. It's something you've been patient with, maybe something you've been trying to work out. But I think that things are starting to become more clear to you, that maybe it is time to branch out, try something new, maybe move towards some new connections that are better for you. We have a King of Pentacles on the table. I do believe that this could potentially be the relationship you are the other person you're dealing with, the person that you might be considering making some decisions about. Or this also could indicate that this King of Pentacles is making some decisions regarding you and your relationship with this person. So this person definitely feels separate from this King of Swords energy. The King of Pentacles is a very loyal, compassionate, grounded individual. Someone who, the King of Pentacles is a family man, someone who supports others, someone that you can rely on and depend on. An honest individual, again, trustworthy, compassionate, somebody you want in your corner. This could be the person that you're moving toward, or the person that you're starting to realize that maybe you need to bring back into your life, and moving away from this disharmony that I think includes this King of Swords. So let's get some more cards out here, Libra, and see what else we have for you. There's definitely a lot of positive energy on the table right now, a lot of hope, even though it feels like you've been dealing with something that has been discouraging, disruptful, and maybe unhealthy for you in regards to the type of relationships maybe you've been hanging on to. Maybe you've been trying to work things out. You thought maybe if I give this more time, if I work on the communication, work on my communication and maybe work on seeing things from a different perspective, maybe things will work out. But I feel like you've been hanging on to things that were not meant to work out, or relationships that just weren't meant to be significant in your life. Just because you move away from a relationship, or maybe separate yourself from somebody who's not right for you in your life, doesn't mean you necessarily have to cut that person off definitively. It just means that you're giving yourself some space and removing yourself from a toxic situation or something that's just not that healthy for you, something that is not making you feel good about yourself. Okay, Libra, let's get another set of cards out for you. So clarifying the Six of Cups, we have the Three of Swords in reverse. Twice now in your underlying energy, once in the upright position and once in reverse. So to me, this indicates this one is clarifying the King of Swords. This person has significantly affected you in a negative way, caused some grief and heartache. And I feel like you're ready to heal. And I think part of what will help you heal is making a connection from the past that I think you feel might be better for you. The Six of Cups energy. We have the Eight of Pentacles, clarifying of the Three of Swords on this side. This King of Swords might be defensive about you stepping away from your relationship, or putting some space between you and this King of Swords. He might be asking you to work on things with him to make things better, or to try again, to try to repair what's been going on between the two of you. Whatever this person's intent is, they are certainly not presenting their position very well, because the way this king is communicating wants you to step farther and farther away from this person, not closer to this person. So this could be somebody who's significant in your life, whether it's a family member or a significant other. The Three of Swords can indicate third party. We have it twice in your underlying energy. If this is a marriage or partnership situation where you're leaving this King of Swords for this King of Pentacles, the cards are indicating it's the right choice. But this King of Swords looks like he's trying to convince you to try to work on things, to try to repair things with him. If that's what this is for you. Again, it doesn't have to be a romantic situation, but if you're in that situation, that's what this is indicating to me. So we have the Page of Wands again in the same energy with the Page of Wands. Failure of communication. I think you've tried a lot with this king to work things out and to communicate. Fool in reverse, clarifying the Star. Seven of Cups, clarifying the Lovers. Two of Pentacles is clarified by the Seven of Wands. Ten of Pentacles in reverse is clarified by the Two of Swords, this time in reverse. And Three of Cups, clarifying death in reverse. So I think that you're definitely feeling like you need to make a choice, need to make a decision in regards to these relationships that you're dealing with. I do think you've come to realize that this news, this Page of Wands, this bad news that you received, or if you want to call it bad news, has given you hope in respect to seeing that you have other options, that you can move away from things that aren't working out for you. And I do believe this King of Swords wants you to have hope to try again, but you're feeling extra cautious about that, about continuing to try to work things out with this King of Swords. You do have other options in regards to relationships that can be significant in your life. And it might be time to take that leap of faith and trust what you know and move toward making a decision that is healthier for you, towards somebody who is more reliable and compassionate and loyal and dependable. Again, this does not have to be an actual romantic partner, but it could be. You might be feeling a little bit cautious or reluctant to make a decision. Maybe you don't feel like you have all of the information that you need yet to make an educated and good decision for yourself. But this disharmonious situation you have right now, whether this is a marriage or family situation, family dynamic, time's up on this situation. It's time to slice and dice what you've got going here, because it is not working out for you, and you do have the power to do that. You do have the power to take control of the situation and make changes where change is needed, because this group dynamic or this connection is simply not working, and you've been hanging on to it, and all it's done is created more chaos in your life. And I think you've come to realize this, especially after this last conversation, communication, or message from this King of Swords. I think you finally realize that it's time to look at this in a different way. See things for what they are, and maybe make some changes in the right direction so you have some positive energy in your life and some positive connections in your life. Positive people. King of Pentacles. Sign me up every day of the week for a King of Pentacles and twice on Sunday. This is the type of person you want in your life. Like I said, this is husband material. Again, don't be concerned about the gender of the cards. This could represent a partner, male or female, but it's someone who's definitely reliable and grounded and secure and confident. Again, somebody who is ready to be in a connection in a positive way and not cause so much grief like this King of Swords has, I feel, in your life, Libra. Let's get one more round of cards out. See if we can't get any more information for you. So we have the Tower. Of course we have the Tower. It's a Tower moment for Libra. Making a decision to make some changes so you can embody the Empress energy in the upright position and nurture the relationships you're in, rather than feeling like you need to nurture yourself because you're always feeling cut down, or this abusive energy with this King of Swords. It's just not right. It's not right for anybody. Ace of Cups in reverse, clarifying the King's energy. This is a love loss. This is something that is not necessarily going to repair itself. If it is going to repair itself, it's going to repair itself because you're going to remove yourself from this so that you can recover from whatever this was for you. Four of Swords in the upright position, clarifying the Four of Swords in reverse. Knight of Wands. Seven of Pentacles, again in the upright position. Death. Queen of Cups and 5 of Wands. Okay, so let's go through some of these cards. So this King of Swords wants you to work on things with him, and he's feeling very defensive about this lost love, this lost connection, maybe feeling like, you know, things haven't been going his way, and you need to work on this or make things better. He might even be promising to work on this himself. Like he might be saying, look, I know I've been verbally abusive, or I haven't, you know, communicated so well with you, and I'm going to work on things. I'm going to make it better. We're going to repair this broken connection that we have, repair our broken hearts. But I don't think that you are convinced of this, because over here we have this communication. While you may have gone into this seeking answers, maybe hopeful that you'll find some answers, when the communication happened, you realized that it was not what you were hoping, or not what you were expecting, or not what was going to ultimately make you feel like you were headed in the right direction. Instead, what you realized was that you don't know what to do anymore in regards to this King of Swords connection. You're feeling extra cautious about thinking there's any hope left, or moving towards trying to heal, because I think that you feel at this point in time, Libra, that you're going to get more of the same. That this is not something that necessarily can be repaired. If it's going to be repaired, it's not going to be repaired in the condition that this relationship is in right now. In other words, sticking together and trying to repair this together doesn't feel like it's going to work for you. I think that you've been patient with yourself. I think you've been thinking about your options in love and in connections, and you are ready to take the leap of faith and see what else is out there for you. This is very positive energy in this center set of cards with this King of Pentacles. I do believe you've been patient. I don't believe that while this might be a risk for you to move on to something else or on to someone new, it's not something you haven't put thought into. It's not something you haven't considered for a period of time. And I do definitely feel like you've, at the very least, put significant effort into your current relationship. I don't feel like you're just being flippant about this and saying, whatever, I'm just going to let this go and try someone new. And if it doesn't work out, maybe I'll come back. Instead, what I feel like is once you make this decision to bring something to an end, and at the same time possibly opening a door for something new, that it's going to be the right decision for you. It's going to be transformative. It's going to transform your life. It's going to be a positive move in a positive direction for you. I do believe you're open to love, even though you've been dealing with some of this. I do believe the Queen of Cups represents your energy. And I also believe that these cards, Emperor and Strength, represents your understanding that you are in your power to make some changes for yourself, and you are ready for something that you deserve. And the Queen of Cups is somebody who is very compassionate and loving. And someone who gives unconditional love, and you deserve that in return, Libra. And I think you're ready for that. So I do feel like you've been hanging on to something that hasn't been going well for you. And again, you've been going back and forth. You've probably had a lot of communication, specifically with this King of Swords energy, which is going nowhere. And you've been hanging on to it, maybe in hopes that things would change for you, and that you would be able to repair what's been lost, or repair the lost love or lost connection or loss of respect. I just don't feel like this king is in the right state of mind to do that. And frankly, I don't think you are either, Libra, with you being in the Empress energy in reverse. That indicates to me that you need some self-care, that you need to concentrate on what's right for you, not what's right for this King of Swords, because this King of Swords is not the type of person you want to be hanging out with, whoever this is to you. And again, if it's not a romantic relationship, and it doesn't have to be, this could be a family member that's abusive towards you, father figure, King of Swords can indicate someone of authority or someone who holds a higher rank than your average individual. So this person could feel like they kind of hold power over you. Someone who is abusive often does interact in that manner, like they are the more powerful of, you know, the two or the group, the connection, whatever kind of connection it is. So let's get one Dreams of Gaia card to round out this and end this reading for Libra. I'm starting to lose my sunlight. It's a little cloudy today. I'm going to try to get Scorpio reading in if I can, but it's late afternoon, so wintertime we lose our sunlight pretty quickly around here. And especially when it's rainy and cloudy all the time like it seems to be lately. I don't have a lot of light to work with. All right, Spirit, let's get one card for Libra. A little advice, confirmation on how Libra's feeling or where to go from here, next steps. Little word of wisdom, words of encouragement for Libra, January 2020. Trying to get just one card, Libra. I don't want 6 of them that dropped out on my lap. These cards have a film over, whatever you call it, some kind of coating on them that is, it's not slick, it's sticky. So even if it's not like a humid day or whatever, these cards tend to stick together, so I really have to work on them. And I always give them some good shuffles before the reading, but sometimes I'll sit here and shuffle and try to get the one card to fall out or stick out, and it just doesn't want to do it. So be patient with me. I'm trying to be patient myself. Is this the one? This is the one. All right, here we go. We have 8 of Earth in reverse, which would be the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. And if it's in reverse, it's a potential blockage. I haven't pulled this one in a really long time. If at all in a YouTube video. I think I pulled it in a YouTube video before. Anyway, if you're new to my channel, these are cards I've been using as the closing to my readings, and they have significantly different meanings than the traditional Rider-Waite tarot deck meanings. Sometimes they're close. Most of the time they're either more in depth or they have totally different meanings. So I do read them out of the book for that reason. This is a potential blockage and it's a pretty short passage. So I'm going to read this for you, Libra, and then we'll finish up this reading, okay? Do you find yourself looking at life through jaded, cynical eyes? Are you currently blind to the wealth and abundance you already have in your life? If so, the 8 of Earth cautions you against those negative thoughts and a failure to appreciate the wealth in your life. It asks you if you do not see the value of or appreciate what you have in the present. How will you see the value of or appreciate, how will things be different in the future? Sorry, I totally messed that sentence up. If you are only after financial reward or status, you may discover the truth in the old saying, money does not buy happiness. While it is true that money can sometimes bring more freedom and security, embracing a lack of mentality will keep you focused on what you do not have instead of what you do. Do you want to be rich or do you want to be wealthy? Take a look around you. You might discover that you already possess priceless treasures that, if lost, can never be replaced. So this obviously has to do with financial stability and maybe not appreciating what you have. I wouldn't necessarily apply this to this particular reading, but if you look back at some of the cards we pulled in relation to this connection you have with this King of Swords, we did have the 7 of Pentacles come up a couple of times, and the 8 of Pentacles, and then of course the 10 of Pentacles, which all can indicate stability and legacy and wealth or job security and that kind of thing. So it is possible, I'm just going to throw this out there and you can interpret this last card however you like, Libra, but it is possible that maybe you've been reluctant to let go of this relationship because it has been financially secure for you, or at least in some way you've been able to feel confident about sticking around for those reasons. Anyway, I'm going to leave that here. Libra, I hope that you got something out of this reading. I hope that you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining me. If it did resonate, please like, share, and subscribe. I'm glad that you watched the video today. Thank you again, and I hope I see you again soon. Bye, Libra.